Ladies and gentlemen, true believers and fearless fans of Marvel lore tonight, we pierce through the adamantium veil and step into the shadowed corridors of one of Marvel's most haunted hearts, James Howlett, better known to the world as Logan, or Wolverine. He's the best at what he does, and what he does, as we all know, isn't very nice. But what if I told you there's something darker, deeper, and deadlier than even Logan himself has dared to face? We know the clawed mutant as a grizzled warrior, a loner, a soldier sculpted by pain. But beneath the blood-soaked battles and growled one-liners lies a secret so devastating, even he has tried to forget it. This isn't just another origin story. This is a reckoning. The man who wasn't meant to remember. Let us start with the truth that is too often buried in silence. Wolverine's greatest enemy has never been Sabretooth, not Magneto, not even Weapon X. It's his memory. Born in the late 19th century, James Howlett was just a frail boy on a Canadian estate, living a life of privilege until the night tragedy struck. In a whirlwind of trauma, betrayal, and mutation, bone claws erupted from young James's hands, fueled by rage, grief, and blood. He slaughtered the man he thought murdered his father, only to learn the killer was his biological father. That was the first time Logan lost himself, and the first time he lost his past. Weapon X would later use this vulnerability to sculpt a weapon out of a man. They erased his memories, rewrote his identity, and filled the void with brutality. His mind became a battlefield, littered with falsehoods and engineered obedience. You were never supposed to be a man. Just a monster in a cage, said Professor Thornton, the sinister scientist behind the Weapon X program. Here is the secret they buried. Wolverine wasn't just a pawn. He was the prototype for a new kind of weaponized humanity. Logan wasn't chosen at random. He was designed for suffering. The X factor of trauma. While many mutants battle prejudice or power, Wolverine battles his own fractured psyche. According to Marvel's own files, Logan's healing factor doesn't just mend his body, it suppresses his trauma. Every time he remembers, the pain comes with it. So his mind builds walls, and behind those walls are our horrors. Did you know he unknowingly fathered children who were then hunted, tortured, or turned against him? Dakin, his son, was raised to hate him. Why? Because Wolverine was too broken to remember he ever had a child. This isn't a story about strength. This is a story about what happens when a man is stripped of his past, robbed of his future, and trapped in an endless cycle of violence. And here's the cruelest twist of all. Wolverine has killed more people than he's ever saved. In Origin 2, we see him as a feral beast, manipulated by Mr. Sinister. In Enemy of the State, he's brainwashed into murdering fellow heroes. And in the Old Man Logan universe, he slaughters the entire X-Men team because Mysterio made him believe they were enemies. His mind was weaponized. His memories were lies. His legacy, a paradox between protector and predator. A heart still beating in the darkness. But here's why we love him. Here's why Logan matters. Because despite all the blood on his claws, despite the secrets buried in shadow, Wolverine keeps fighting. Not for redemption. He doesn't believe he deserves it. He fights for others, for those who still have a chance. He joins the X-Men not out of hope, but to give others what was stolen from him: agency, identity, and purpose. Storm once said of Logan, "He is the heart of the X-Men, not because he's the strongest, but because he's the one who bleeds the most." And bleed he does, through every war, every betrayal, every resurrection. He stands as a brutal reminder that trauma doesn't disappear. It evolves, and sometimes surviving is the most heroic thing a person can do. The call beneath the claws. So the next time you see Wolverine pop those claws, ask yourself, what cost did he pay to be the man behind the weapon? What pieces of himself did he sacrifice, just so others could be safe? Logan is not the clean-cut hero. He's not a symbol like Captain America, or an icon like Iron Man. He is the grit, the scars, the pain that never fades. But he is real, and that's why we can't look away. Now, if this journey into the darkest depths of Wolverine's soul moved you, if you see the humanity in the monster, then it is time to join the pack. Smash that like button, claw down in the comments, and tell me, what do you think is Wolverine's greatest battle? Because this isn't just a story. This is a community. And your voice, like Logan's, deserves to be heard. Till next time, bub, stay sharp, stay wild, stay watching.